What's going on, everybody? It's DotBets. We're checking back in. We got Week 7's Best Bet Show coming at you. We are coming off a profitable Week 6 show that we will recap in a little bit. But before we do get going, make sure that you guys are liking this video. Make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube channel. All the interaction, all the support helps. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you're checking out at occupyfantasy.com. They have a great props radar that shows you all different types of lines at different sports books, all in real time. Make sure that you guys are tuning in to all the other videos that Occupy Fantasy has on their channel, a one-stop shop for DFS and now for sports betting. So make sure that you also give me a follow on Twitter at DotBets, and then hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's go. All right, let's get into our Week 6 recap. We went 2-1 for plus 1.5 units. We had the Patriots Browns over 43 sail over, ended up at 53 points. That game was scripted very well for the over to hit. We were right on that. And George Kittle over 43.5 receiving yards. This actually went down after the video was posted to 41.5. So hopefully you guys ended up getting a better line there. It did not matter. He had 83 yards receiving in a smash spot against that Falcons defense. And then our only loss came on the anytime touchdown parlay. We had A.J. Dillon and Stevenson for plus 361. And Stevenson scored twice, and A.J. Dillon and the Packers laid a humongous egg and did not play very well against the Jets. So pretty embarrassing there for the Packers. However, we cashed. We went 2-1 plus 1.5 units. Let me know in the comments if you guys tailed and if you guys cashed. Now let's get into our first play of Week 7, and we are going to go with another total here. And it is the Raiders Texans over 45.5 at minus 110. We are putting 1 unit on that, and that is at DraftKings. This is a battle between two teams. Raiders 1-4, Texans 1-3-1, and both teams have not impressed. Obviously, as you've seen their record there. However, they have allowed a lot of points, and they have actually scored a fair amount of points, and both are coming off the bye. I love targeting this position here. It has proven successful in NFL betting that if you have two teams coming off of bye, more than likely it tends to hit the over here. Just a few stats for the Raiders defense. They're currently allowing 26 points per game, which is bottom half or bottom third of the league. And in their last 3, they are averaging 30 points against them a game. And here comes the Houston Texans, who do not have I would say, a prolific air attack with Davis Mills, Cooks, and Collins, but it is serviceable, and it's set up well with Dameon Pierce. And you guys have all seen the articles this week saying that they want to get him 20 to 25 touches a game. Well, he can do so passing, rushing, and have big plays, as you guys have seen before. So I am leaning the over here in this game. And then you go to the other side with the Raiders. So the Raiders, prolific offense they're supposed to be with Josh McDaniels coming in. They have Derek Carr. They acquired Devontae Adams. Darren Waller is supposed to be in the mix. Waller gets hurt. Renfro's there. Renfro gets hurt. It's a little, I would say, discombobulated. Then you kind of had that first 6 weeks to kind of figure it all out, and you kind of saw them gel a little bit more towards that in that Kansas City game. They get that bye week. They come back out this week. I believe we see them put up a lot of points, which they have done at home. So at home, they've scored a buttload more points than they have on the road. And not to mention, they also have Josh Jacobs, who's having an incredible season. And this is a Texans defense that gives up 5.1 yards per carry. And I believe that they do not have an answer for Josh Jacobs. If you're playing DFS this week, I would assume that Occupy is going to recommend him this week. He's top 10 in the model currently. I will be playing him myself. But yeah, this game is a game to target both in DFS and in betting here with the over 45.5 for two teams that are desperate for a win coming off the bye. They should be able to execute offensively against one another. And let's get into our prop bet for week 7. We are going to go to Los Angeles, where the Chargers and the Seahawks face off. We're going to go with Austin Eckler over 60.5 rush yards for -110 at 1 unit. And that's over at DraftKings. Love the matchup we are getting here with the Seattle Seahawks run defense, who has given up the 5th most rush yards in the league. And if you've looked back on their game logs, it has not been pretty. They have given up plenty of rush yards to a plethora of running backs this year. So week 1, Javonte and Melvin Gordon, they combined for 101. Then you got Jeff Wilson for 84, and you have Cordell Patterson ran for 141 all over them. Jamal Williams 108 the next week. The following week after that's Kamara for 103, and then you had Kyler Murray run for over 100 against them just last week. The Seattle defense cannot stop anybody on the run. This is going to be, I think this is going to be a kind of a blowout here for the Chargers. I just think that Seattle's has overproduced this season, overplayed what they can do, and I'm going to see a lot of regression here in this Seattle, especially their offense. And the Chargers, I don't know if they're going to throw the football another 60 times this game. I don't think they're going to have to. They're going to lean more on Austin Eckler and their running backs. He actually had 173 last week against Denver. He hasn't got over that since the 60.5 since before that, but this could be a sign of times to come for Austin Eckler, who has been a stud since week 4, so the last 4 weeks of the NFL season. So give me all of Austin Eckler over 60.5 rush yards. Also, he's top 5 in the model. Make sure you could get him in your, I would say probably more in your cash lineups than your high risk lineups this week. And our final play is going to be a 6-point teaser, 2-leg teaser here with the Colts and the Bengals. So I would give you a touchdown parlay. However, I did not find them on DraftKings currently. So maybe we will give them out in the Discord. So even more incentive to join the Discord in the description below. But we are going to get after the Colts here in a divisional matchup. A lot of revenge narrative here with the Titans beating them at home. The line is currently +2.5. We're gonna tease this up to 8.5. I believe this game stays within a touchdown. You could even reason to the fact that the Colts would win this game. Typical Colts fashion, they play crappy in the beginning of the season, and then they turn it on towards the middle to the end of the season, and then lose in the playoffs first round. However, do like this position. They get Taylor back. They're going to get Hines back. Taylor was the one who sat out last week on his own, but I do like this position with this game being within a touchdown in a close divisional matchup. And then the Bengals, I don't know if you guys have watched any of the football this year, but the Falcons are 6-0 against the spread. The only team to do so, to stay undefeated. So you know what? I'm just going to tease it down. Let's get this to a straight up pick 'em at home, and I'll ride with Joe, and I'll ride with Jamar Chase. Should put up big numbers again this week against the Falcons defense that just cannot stop the pass whatsoever. But I really like this Bengals team. You could even pick. I wouldn't pick them to cover the spread. That's why I'm teasing them here. But if you felt the need to, I'm not gonna not going to go against you there. I do believe that the Falcons do lose their first game against the spread this week, but I'm just going to make sure of it. We're going to tease it down 2.5. So we got Colts plus 8.5, Bengals minus 0.5. We appreciate you guys tuning in to another Week 7 best bets. Let me know what your guys' favorite bets are of the week in the comments below. And first and foremost, make sure you guys check out occupyfantasy.com and go give them a follow on Twitter as well. And that is it for me. I appreciate you guys tuning in.